What's good, YouTube? Antayami here, back with another deck profile. Just came back from my case tournament from Gamers Alley and didn't do too hot. We played 6 rounds of Purrely's and I went 2-2-2. So, 2 of my draws were definitely winnable, but I made some slight missteps into performing really well. My 2 losses were really unfortunate. Round 6, I just kind of got blown out by Sword Soul. Not Sword Soul, God, it's Verdanium. And my round 5, my round 4, I lost to a 60 card Fire King Snake Eye deck, which was insane. So he just kind of had everything. It is what it is. And yeah, let's hop into it. So with Purrely's right now, I like the deck a lot. I think the deck is still like potentially really strong. I don't think it was the right choice for me to take it to the tournament yesterday. I didn't really prepare a good list for this. I kind of made this all in like one sitting, whatever. So I kind of took one of my old lists and kind of like made it for this format. But it's still strong. Like I said, I beat 2 Fire King decks, which is really strong. I beat I beat a Pendulum deck. I tied with Flu, and which technically I think I would have won that game if we kept playing, but you know, time's a thing. We're heading into game 3. Game 1 was I threw game 1 basically is what happened. We grinded for a while, and he just kind of got me, so it was really good. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the deck list, and I'll probably be putting Purrely to the side for right now because I'll be working on a cash deck in the future. So hopefully you guys will see a cash deck in the future. So anyway, standard, we have our triple Purrely. I think that's pretty standard. We have our Purrely. Then going into our spell engine or spell core, we have 3 streets. The 3 My Friend Purrely's, and of course we got the 1 Delicious Memory, double Sleepy Memory. Again, cards are hit. Honestly, I just really don't understand why Purrely are like so targeted on the ban list, like as if they were like doing anything crazy. I don't even think they won a regionals or anything like that, or anything like big or YCS. But yeah, my cat or my Purrely was like 50-50 at the tournament. In testing, it was like hitting a lot more, but at the tournament, it's just like it wouldn't hit, and it was very unfortunate. I needed to hit in times where I really needed to like push, and it just made it awkward. So I just feel like it's still a really strong deck, and I do think it's consistent because I never break the entire tournament. Definitely consistent, and it can play a lot of non-engine as far as like hand traps and stuff goes. But I'm gonna show a card that I never drew the entire tournament except for like 1 round, which was funny. Oh, I guess 2 rounds, but I drew it versus Blue, which didn't do anything. The triple Happy Memory and the triple Pretty Memory, pretty much all standard, and then we played the 1 trap. So yep, there we go. Thoughts. Then, for like the non-engine, I play Drone Lockbird, pretty much a mandatory for this format. Stops a lot of decks for like having insane follow-up. A lot of times it doesn't stop or it doesn't skip their turn, because I think a lot of people are starting to like play around Drone, and they do know it's in the format, so obviously they're gonna have like, you know, lines that will still put up a decent board with a little bit of follow-up through Drone. So, Drone Lockbird, very necessary. Definitely one of the best hand traps in the format. But decks are getting so strong, they're playing right through it. So, this is insane. Ash Blossom. This is another card that I'm just like, it's very scary to use because, 1, Talents is all over in the format. I got Talents almost every single time I drove. And Ash Blossom, if you're going against Fire King, if they can extend, they go into Hita and take your Ash Blossom, and they just go to town with it. So it's very scary, but again, very necessary in the format because Lavender still runs around. I saw a couple of branded players and stuff like that, and still versus the Snake Eye deck, ashing the Ash or the Excel, which is in the OCG, which I wish the name stayed as Excel. That would have been sick. But not the search effect, but you want to ash the effect where it special summons from the deck. So that's a really good ash point. That's the only time I usually ash in that deck. It's not original unless I know they're, really weak. The triple shifter, never drew this card except for once against Flow in round 1, and then once against my Fire King opponent in round 5, and it didn't matter because I still lost that game because he normal summoned barrier statue. The fire statue? Yeah, I shifted his wanted, and then was it wanted, or I shifted something? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was wanted. He did it in the draw phase, and I chained it, and all the stuff got banished, and he just Bonfire search, Bonfire search barrier statue, normal summon pass, and I couldn't out it because Purrely's can't really beat over it, so I had to scoop, but still won that set, which is funny because game 3 hand trap central is crazy. Then after that, the triple nib. The nibs didn't really perform as well as I wanted to. One, I didn't really draw it, which is funny because I didn't draw shifter that much, or shifter or nib, but I did draw and ash a lot. Like almost every other hand I had those cards, so that's great. But yeah, nibs did their thing whenever I saw them. I nibbed a Medanium player, and it didn't even matter because they played through it. And he played it really well in game 3. I think I probably nibbed a little too early, but if I didn't nib, I think he would have made an Appaloosa, and it wouldn't have mattered. And I nibbed in round 5 versus my Fire King opponent, and that nib did everything. But other than that, nibs didn't really do too much outside of that, so good. Triple Pot of Prosperity, consistency. I think this card is still crazy. And one Call by the Grave and talents. Call by the Grave went in. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know right now. Call by the Grave put in the work. So hopping into the extra deck. Actually, let's do side deck. We'll do side deck and do extra deck. So side deck. I side decked the 3 bells. I pretty much side this card in every single time I went to games 2 and 3. Card's insane. Feel like it probably should have been main over the nib, but I think nib is still necessary in a lot of matchups. But this helps you with the Labyrinth matchup and versus the voice deck. Really, really good. And it still comes up versus Fire King and Snake Eyes and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like this card can be a main deck card in the future. But we'll have to see. For like my going first, I played double summon limit and double fissure. The reason why I did this is because, if you resolve summon limit, you pretty much win the game for the most part. A lot of decks do like summon way more than like 2 times. And the fissure is good because I side out the shifters a lot of the times. And D-Fissure helps you play around Droll and Veiler if people are still on Veiler. And it's just a phenomenal card, and it's a floodgate into the Fire King matchup, so it's very strong. I liked it. Every time I resolved it, I won, except for in my last round versus Medanium. He Fenrir banished it after he hand trapped me twice, and he pretty much full comboed in main phase 2. So it was crazy that he destroyed me like that, but yeah. Then after that, I had triple impermanence, and the reason why the impermanents are on the side instead of the main deck is because game 1, when I resolved Noor to draw like 4, I don't want to see imperm. I'd rather see imperms mostly as like going second. So I'll like usually win game 1, and then game 2, I would side in the impermanence for like the Ash, or I'll imperm, just anything that's like really good. And also it can double up as a board breaker, so if you can hold this card, it's strong into boards as well. So impermanence, good. Doesn't play into talents, which is fantastic because I got challenged almost like every round. Triple Cosmic Cyclones. This card is insane. I cosmic so much stuff versus Flu. I cosmic the field spell. I cosmic the continuous. The Fire King. I cosmic the Fire King Island. And I think our Cosmic something else that was like, I think it was like a fill spell. It might have been something dealing with the Mananium, but I don't think so. But yeah, Cosmic is really, really good this format. I think it's very, very staply. It's almost main deckable. Not in Purrely's, but I feel like it's almost main deckable in most decks. So it's a good card. And then, of course, I got the Lightning Storms for back row matchups, just in case I ran into Rescue Ace or things of that nature, or Rogue, you know, whatever. Going into the extra deck, we got the one SP Little Knight and the one Anima. These two perform very well. Then we got the XYZs. We got the one Noir, one Plump, and I mean, cards are insane. Like, you summon these cards basically, if you can see the delicious, you summon it almost every single game, and you pretty much summon this all, you know, going first a lot. The two beauties, the beauties went insane, like nothing else to be said. Happiness is broken. The times where my opponents didn't draw me, and if I make this card, it was pretty much game over. Basically with this too, usually if you summon a Noir, it's pretty much game over. You only lose games where you don't summon Noir. I feel like if you summon Noir, and you still lose, you probably did something wrong, or your opponent is just insane. One Downer, one Sky Crisis, one Nightingale, and double Zeus. The reason why I played double Zeus is because Cashier. I didn't want to be caught, you know, sleeping if they just Unicorn banished one of my can't talk. Banished one of my Zeuses, so I just want to have a second one just in case. And I don't think the second one ever came up, but it was there just in case. Alright guys, but that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will probably do a Cash Kira deck, and then after that I got another deck in the works that I'm working on right now. So but the deck I never thought I would play, but yeah, it will be coming up very shortly. So alright guys, have a great one, have a great night, peace.